one of those things that people don't talk enough about, which is not sexy, right? It's not appealing. It's not like, but people also don't show it, and they need to show it. It's the grunt work. It's the labor intensive stuff that people really need to talk more about. Guys, I finally brought a little friend to the shop with me. Where is she? Where is she? She's right there. Boom, Glacier. Finally started bringing her to the shop. A lot of people have been commenting, hey, why isn't Glacier with you? Where's Glacier? How is she doing? She's great. She's loving life. She's beautiful. A lot of the videos that I've been making the last few months, especially around the shop space, have been in the dead of summer. And when we're in the summertime, it gets very hot in this space. I don't have AC, guys. I don't have money coming out my ears over here. What's important is what's way up there, which is a heater, because I'm in the New England area, I'm in the Boston area. So it's going to get rather cold here in the wintertime, but don't worry. We have a nice, beautiful heater inside. I started bringing Glacier to the shop because it is now cool enough. It is fall time. This video is gonna be a little different. A lot about this, a lot about the tiny house. This is like one of those things that people don't talk enough about, which is not sexy, right? It's not appealing. It's not like, but people also don't show it, and they need to show it. It's the grunt work. It's the labor intensive stuff that people really need to talk more about. My last video, which was a couple weeks ago about the tiny house, not much has changed. I put the framing up, I put the roof on, but what looks wise, nothing has changed. Building wise, a lot has changed. So we're gonna get into that right now. But before I even get into that, the next build video that I do about the tiny house will probably be talking about products. I've been doing a lot of research and things that I need for my tiny house. This is one of them right here, okay? This is a windows. I need to order windows. They've got a 12 to 16 week lead time, but I need to make decisions on what kind of windows I want. So I've been shopping around, I've been getting some quotes, etc. and so forth. That is such a small little part of the products. We have so many other products going in the tiny house, which I will get into in a completely another video. How I'm gonna be doing cooking, heating, cooling. Am I gonna have a dishwasher? Am I gonna have a clothes wash dryer? Shower, water tanks in there because I want it to be off grid. All of those things need to be answered before you really put the walls on the inside, or you even put the spray foam, which is what I'll be doing because I need to run electrical for that. So all of that will be in the next video after this one. This video is going to be, like I was saying, a lot about labor intensive crap that nobody ever wants to do, and I've been procrastinating it myself. Just real quick, I want to just go and show you guys something that's really cool that my father and I did. One of my sponsors is ReLion. This video is not sponsored by them, but they take good care of me, so I'm gonna take good care of them. I did a review on some batteries a while back. Love the batteries. Me and John from Light Harvest Solar kind of dove into the capabilities of the new Insight series batteries. Now, I had two of them kind of lying around, and my dad has this RV that has these old, outdated AGM batteries. He was telling me how much he wanted to switch to lithium because he wants to boondock a little bit more. So let me just show you a quick clip of us going and just kind of retrofitting lithium batteries into my dad's RV. Thank you to ReLion. I wanted to show you guys this real quick because I feel it's a little important for all of you van lifers or maybe possible RVers are interested in maybe getting an RV or maybe or just upgrading your van for that matter. So my father, which is, you guys have seen, helped me with the tiny house as well as my other vans. He has this beautiful RV that is behind me. I'm not much of an RV kind of guy because I don't really like how they're built, but this thing is beautiful nonetheless. The thing is with RVs is they are designed to be plugged into campgrounds. They're not really designed to be boondocking. They're not really designed. Can you do it? Yes, you can. But your batteries that come stock in this will typically run out in a half a day or maybe a day at best, depending on what you're running on the inside. You could run a generator, sure, but nobody wants to have a generator running when you're out boondocking, enjoying nature and all that good stuff. So let's walk around to the other side and I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. He just took out these old, dingy 100 amp hour AGM batteries. The installer he just put in these new ReLion batteries, the Insight series, which is 120 amp hour ReLion batteries. Now these ReLion batteries are 120 ampere like I just said, but they're also low temperature. And the reason that is important is because if you can, I don't know if you can see on camera, but that's the outside. This is an outside compartment. So he does like to do some winter camping. Important to have these low temperature model, because obviously with low temperatures you don't want to damage the lithium cells. So they have a built-in heater, I believe, that'll automatically kick on, etc. and so forth, all that good stuff. Now I'm not going to get into technical details with you, but what's really nice is these 120 amp hour lithium, slightly bigger than those 100 amp hour AGM. And also you can deplete these a heck of a lot more than you can those AGMs. Those AGMs, if you deplete those to 50%, they're pretty much damaged. You can bring these all the way down to 10%. That means you actually get a 240 amp hours of power. Now, I don't think you can run your air conditioner off of this. No.
There's a guy that has a 3,000 watt inverter, and he does. He runs his air conditioning and his microwave at the same time.
I guess my dad also watches YouTube as well. So you got all that information off of YouTube. What's beautiful about this whole situation, the retrofit is what I guess I'm calling it, is they are practically the same size. Width and length, height, they're a little bit taller. They're about 1.25 inches taller, but they still fit very beautifully inside of this cavity. 240 usable amp hours compared to I guess 100 usable amp hours is a big difference in my book. Why is ReLion so awesome is because they're not only you know, these batteries they gave me a while ago, I did a video a while ago about them, but they're also powering the tiny house. So let's go back to the tiny house and I can finish off what we are doing with the tiny house today. Now, what was really cool about all of that, but I've showed this in other videos, that I've got their massive 48 volt batteries. Again, that will be over a product video because I need to go shopping for solar components. We're talking solar panels, we're talking inverters, we're talking charge controllers, we're talking everything. And I'm gonna have to sit down with somebody and do a complete wire diagram when I get to that point. That actually, the electrical might be in a completely separate video than itself, but because there's so much stuff that needs to go into that. What am I doing pretty much the last couple days and what I have to do the remainder of the next day or two before my zip sheathing comes in. Zip sheathing is going to be the outside wall. It's a great panel. So these things right here are brackets that came with the frame kit from Trailer Made Trailers. I don't know if these are the ones that are patented or their other ones are patented, but I know Trailer Made Trailer does have a patent on how they bolt their frame down to the trailer. I don't know what it entails in this patent, but I do know they have a patent on how it bolts down. I think Glacier wants to get into the tiny house. You want to get up there? You can get up. Okay, I had to cut the camera real quick because Glacier wanted to get into the tiny house. Obviously, it's her home. This is her home, not mine. This is hers. There was just a small little like gap in here, and I didn't want her to cut her paws on that, so I had to go cut a quick piece of 2x4 so she can still get up here and be very comfortable and not cut her paws, which is extremely important. So the things we do for our doggies. Okay, so what I was saying about the bracket, this is actually a completed one right here. And I will actually do one on camera. I'll time lapse it for everybody, but this is, you know, like this is this bracket right here, okay? And there is a, I believe a 5/8 bolt that is bolting it through that way. Okay. And then there's a bunch of self-tapping screws that, again, Trailer Made Trailer has provided, all of the screws as well as the bolt. And they kind of actually give you very detailed instructions on where those are not really placed, but how they're placed. They gave me 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's a 4. It might be 10. Hold the phone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. 5, 6. Okay, there's actually 12. My bad. There's 12 of those big brackets. So there are 6 per side. Whew. Another method for the shorter sides. And then they have another method going over the wheel well. Uncompleted one, and then I'll show you one that I've already done. Right here are 2 brackets. Okay. And they go right up against the frame like so. And then it actually drills down into these 2 holes right here, and then the self tappers go into it that way. And now we'll walk over to the front section which is where it's already done. You can see now what I am talking about. And they give 2 size bolts. They give the size for these right here, and then they give another size for those right there. And there is no bracket for those right there. That just goes right in through the frame of the frame kit into the frame of the trailer. So in actuality, there are just a lot of, like, this thing is not moving once I bolt it all into place. 3 of these brackets on each end, so 3 and then 6, and then 2 over each wheel well, so that's another 4. Plus, like I said, the 12 of those large brackets all the way on the two you know, long sides. All that takes a massive amount of time. You've got a drill like that I am drilling through 1/4-inch steel. That steel is not easy to drill through. It takes time. So what I do is I use a pilot drill. I use this right here, pilot drill, smaller. And then I use that big mamma jamma, which is right there. So that's fun. And that takes a lot of time. So each one of those larger brackets takes whatever it is, I don't know, 5 minutes. Not a big deal, 5-10 minutes. It's labor intensive is what I was explaining to you guys. The other labor intensive part of all of this is what I'm about to show you up here. Now, I have this beautiful scaffolding donated by my father, thank you very much. And it's really nice because I get to stand comfortably without having a ladder. And the scaffolding is just a really, really nice touch that you can wheel around the space if you push yourself carefully. I already did this, and I'm sorry I didn't really record any of me doing it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. TrailerMade Trailer also gives these brackets right here. These are angle brackets. You can see them. Use the same screws, those self-tapping screws that we use for the brackets on the frame to the brackets of to bolt down the trailer. Same exact screws. What these do is it attaches all the roof trusses onto the frame. Hi, do you know what part of the tiny house that you're in right now? Do you have any idea? Again, I will go over, when I start going over products, I'll actually go over the layout of my entire tiny house. Where Glacier was just standing, which was over here, is actually my bedroom. This is going to be the bedroom down here. There's going to be a little loft right here, and that'll actually be a little work loft. So that's a little teaser for everybody. You know where you are now? Right where the stairs are going to go up for the loft. Oh, bless you. All right, this is why I don't bring her, because she distracts the heck out of me. All right, guys, I'm getting down off the scaffolding here. So that was another just labor-intensive thing. I've already done the entire roof, which was really nice. One of the last labor, and probably the most labor-intensive, which is just like bleh, is screwing down the subfloor to the trailer itself. I bought these right here off of good old, I believe it was Amazon. Oh, right there, right there. Okay. As you can see here, the subfloor is all marked where they all go in, and they're marked every 16 inches because that's where the steel is going cross beam. So 16 inches, boom, 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 boom. It's a lot. I think we calculated something like 250 of those screws that go in every 16 inches, and I believe it's every foot. Even though this is actually a double subfloor, because I'm actually having a subfloor, which is down right now, and then I'm having another subfloor on top of that, because that will be my radiant floor heating that I will install, and we're gonna talk more about that when I get into products. I think I talked enough. I think I showed enough. It's time for me to get to work so I can do all of that labor-intensive stuff. Before I say goodbye, I will show you guys in a couple days what is being delivered. I just spent $1,200 on the zip sheathing, which will be the entire house wrap. And it's a lot better, in my opinion, it's a lot better to order a zip sheathing, which already has the sheathing on the outside of the wall, than it would be to just put up a outside wall and then wrap it in like a house wrap. I got it for, I forget what, it was like 28 per sheet or something like that. I ordered from a local lumber company, which is called National Lumber. They are, I believe, only local to the Northeast, but I spent, I think, $1,200 on the roof. I used a 5/8 because you need thicker wood on the roof because of code, and then 7/16 for the entire outside of the tiny house. So 7/16, 5/8, you're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll see you guys next time. Later.
make it if